Hello, I'm Dwayne Dickens, and I'm here with Lester Love, and we're going to talk today about the African American Male Student Success Team. Lester, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to
Okay,
be here.
very good. I'd like to ask you first question, when you think about the African American Male Student Success Team, what is a memory that you can recall from last year that you would say is your best or favorite memory?
Well, my best memory is that I got a lot of help last semester in classes that I had difficult times in, and y'all guys is there when we call for y'all, and y'all there for us no matter what. Like what y'all said when we went to the little thing on Saturday, that when we call y'all there, no matter what, through thick and thin, y'all there, and that's a great experience for me because if I need help with something and I can't get nobody else at the school, you guys are there for us no matter what we need help with. Math, car issues, getting to school on time, y'all there for us. And that's my great experience throughout the whole thing.
Okay. And when you think of yourself as a student at TCC,
Yes.
what would you consider to be some of the most challenging memories of just being a student at TCC?
Well, my challenges at TCC is like going to class. I used to skip a lot. I used to go to the gym and play basketball a lot. Like I wasn't taking school serious when I first came to TCC. I was there with the wrong kind of crew, thinking about girls when I first started. I wasn't just there being serious until I met the African American Association thing, and ever since I just had a different mindset on school and life, and I've been going to class and doing what I got to do to finish out at TCC.
So, what would be some of the things that helped you move toward that new found direction?
Hanging out with Mr. Singleton, Mike Singleton, hanging out with him, um, like not skipping class, staying in class, listening to what the teacher got to say, getting better grades. I went through a lot at TCC, financial aid, suspension, and all that. And now I'm just there just to worry about school and to get done and do what I got to do, not skip no more. And I changed my crowd and different kind of people, so now things been going good for me now since I did all that.
Okay. When you think about your past educational experiences, middle school, elementary school, high school, or anywhere else you've been in higher education, how do you think those experiences have prepared you for TCC?
Well, when I was in high school, my auntie them used to always say, go to school. And I was kind of like scared to go to school because my first year after graduating high school, I came to TCC in 2008 and I signed up for the Tulsa Achieves. But my GPA was a 1.98 and you got to have a 2.0 to get Tulsa Achieve. So I was scared to come to TCC, so I didn't come in '08. So a whole year I just sat at home and wasn't doing nothing but just playing video games. And my other auntie told me to go to Job Corps. I went to Job Corps for a year and I took up carpentry there. So when I was at Job Corps, I seen all these different experiences, different kind of people. It just encouraged me just to go to college, and I can see different and different things in college and have different aspects on stuff. And so in 2010, after I finished Job Corps, I came to TCC. I came back to TCC, signed up, and I started there.
Okay. And when you complete college, what's your goal for what are you going to do when you finish college?
When I complete college, I want to help people and tell them that if you want to go to college, it's a great thing to go to, and just take it serious. Don't go there wasting your time, and just be in class a lot and listen to what the teachers got to say. I know it's boring sometimes just listen to a teacher just talk 3 hours or 2.5 hours straight, but just sit in there, you might learn something, and at the end you be finished and done. You don't have to worry about it no more. You can just work on your degree, what you came there for.
Mm-hmm. Do you know have you chosen a degree yet?
No, sir, I'm still thinking. I've been saying computers a lot, but really I'm trying to still figure out what I want to do. Cause I'm like a talkative person, so I'm still thinking, I want to help people. So I'm good at that. I can talk since I've been through a lot since I was growing up, so I can probably help somebody else, influence them that, I went through the same thing you went through, and you can change, you can be something different instead of what you've been through all your life.
Okay. When you, in regard to your definition of a successful student. How would you define a successful student?
A successful student, I define them as a student that is there to do what they got to do, a student that is serious about school, that's not there to play around, and is serious about their life, and is serious at what they came to school to do. That's why I think of a successful student.
Okay. And based on your definition, how would you describe yourself as a student based on your definition of a successful student?
Me, I describe myself as a student that is, people go through ups and downs, and like you gotta go through the bad to get to the good. So after I've seen all the bad stuff, I just change and say it's time for me to do the right thing instead of doing the wrong thing. I'm not gonna be here wasting my time messing up school and getting suspended off of financial aid and then have to pay for school out of my pocket. It was the time for me to do a change. So I did a change, and it turned out to be good for me.
Okay, okay. When you consider your role as an African-American male student, what are some of the obstacles you face as a student in being successful?
Well, for African-American males, it's kind of hard when you go to school because you got people calling you a stuck up, all that, you different, you're a college boy, you trying to be smart, and they mad because you not hanging out with them no more, and then you start losing friends and all that. You just got to be on your own and just don't let that stuff take you down. And they'll find out and realize that you're trying to do better in your life, and they'll realize that you got to change to be something different,
Okay.
instead of just staying what you was.
Now, what about, can you think about any obstacles you may face at the college?
Well, the obstacles you might face is, it's different, all kind of different people there. There's people that graduated just this year, last year, different age groups there. And people just act differently. Like, you might have people that act their age, you got people that act older, and all that stuff, and you just got to try to deal with that in different personalities and stuff. But if you can just deal with it, you can make it there.
Okay, okay. What are some of the resources at the college that you have found that were helpful to you in helping you be successful up to this point?
The Fastest Center was one of them. The library is one of them. And African American Male Associations is the other. That's real good resources right there. And having a relationship with your instructor after class, talking to them, letting them know that you don't understand something, and they can help you out and teach you another way that you didn't catch on in class, and then that's another good way you can take the thing.
Okay. When you consider thinking about the mentoring team that you've mentioned, that's a great resource for you. Mm-hmm. If you could add something or change something to help the team be a better tool for you, what would you change or add about the team?
That I would probably change that we should have something that the guys get together and get to have a relationship with one another and get to know one another, and we can all stick together as a team. Like if I need help with something, I can call one of the other guys in the association, like, hey, I need help with blah, 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 and help them out, whatever. And we could just build a relationship with one and get to know each other throughout college until we graduate. Get to have a good relationship with them and see them a lot, hang out with them a lot, and do things with them a lot, stuff like that.
Okay.
That'd be about it.
Okay, when you let's talk about when you, as a student, thinking about last year. If you could think about how school went for you last year, if you could redo last year, what would you do differently?
What would I did last year differently? Well, I probably wouldn't have been skipping class a lot, been chasing girls, wouldn't have been doing that, and just not going to school, period. Sometimes just sleep all the time, like I'm skipping school, I'm not gonna go. And I would change that a lot. If I had a vision now, I would change that totally different now from last year.
Okay, okay. So now let's talk about your mentors for a moment. So I'd like for you to put yourself in the shoes of your mentor. And when you think about your mentors or whoever comes to your mind, What obstacles do you think your mentor faces in trying to assist you or other African American males towards success?
Well, they go to difficulties because they got a job to do too while they there. So they go to all kind of, they got families and stuff. So they go through difficulties too. So you got to try to manage how you can fit in the schedule with them and all that. But it works out sometimes and sometimes it don't. But they still there for you no matter what when you need them. So I know that they got to do stuff just as well. We got to do stuff too. They got a job. They just not there just to be helping us a lot. They got a job to do there, but they still help us out when they really do help us out. When they have chances, they really do help us out, and they don't forget about you when you calling and asking you need help with something. They will make it time for you to get in the schedule, even though they got stuff to do themselves, but they still will fit you in there. That's an amazing thing they do. Like amazing. I really appreciate them for it. Even though they got stuff to do on their own, I really appreciate that they still help you out no matter what. If they got stuff going on, they will jam their schedule around and get you in there. I really appreciate that.
And if your mentor could speak through you, what do you think they would, or your mentor would say, as far as, let's say, these are the most important things you really need to know about TCC to help you be successful? What do you think your mentor would tell you to make sure that you knew?
My mentor would make sure to tell me to know that stay in your class 24/7, don't skip, just come there to be serious and do what you got to do. And at the end, it'll all pay off at the end. Just, you got to stick in your class. You can't be skipping, you got to stick in your class.
Okay. Let's think about your activities. And if you were thinking that we want to reach as many African American male students at TCC as possible, what would be some suggestions that you would have? You've experienced the team. How would you suggest that we expand this to more African American males at the college?
Well, like we had last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago, have that and go to all African American males at each TCC campus and trying to reach out to them and let them know about it, and then spread it all around, and it can expand bigger and bigger every year once males get to catching on to it, and let them know that somebody there for them no matter what, if they need help with anything. That's one thing about the African American male. They don't have no help that would quit, and we don't need to quit. We need to just stick in and start where we finish.
Okay. And what has kept you from quitting?
Me is my family and just everybody around me. Just that keeps me from quitting. I shouldn't give up on something I started, so I just go ahead and just finish. So that just keep me in school every semester or every year I've been there at TCC. So that keeps me in there. My family and everybody around me.
Okay. And what do you think will be different about your life after you finish your college education?
After I finish my college education, I'll probably be doing my work in my degree and probably just I really don't have any more to say.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about one of the things that we want to do with the African American Male Success Team is it will be opened up to non-African American male mentors. So it will be open to females, it will be open to non-African Americans. Mm-hmm. What would be your suggestions for making that work?
Well, anybody can come. It's welcome for anybody. Mm-hmm. And make them feel accepted into it too. So that happens. A lot of different other people come to it and see what's really there for them to help them out. Okay.
And would you, that advice you would be offering it to those who are going to be mentors. Yeah. What would you offer as advice for African American males who were being mentored by a non-African American male?
I wouldn't really know.
You wouldn't know? Okay.
I don't really know. I haven't been through that yet.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Okay. What advice, thinking about your teachers and staff that you've interacted with at the college, what advice would you offer to teachers, to staff employees who are at TCC, if they're wanting to help African American males be more successful, what kind of advice would you offer to them?
I would tell them just to have a relationship with all the students, get to know the student for who they is, and if you have a good relationship with the student, that everything will work out between y'all and they can help that person be successful in the class or whatever in the future. Just have a good relationship with the peers in the class.
Okay. Now, let's presume that you were able to have a conversation with the president of TCC, and he said, I want to know, what would you change at TCC to help African American males be more successful? What would you tell the president?
I would tell him that the African American Association is a great program and keep it in TCC. Don't let it out, and just if anybody need help, make sure that the staff at the TCC campus can help anyone if they needed help. Really, that would I'll probably tell them to change that.
Okay, and what would you tell African American male students who are entering TCC? Let's say that it's one of you have a brother or a cousin or best friend who's entering TCC. What would you suggest to them that they do in order to be successful at TCC?
Me, I would probably just tell them that I've been through a lot of ups and downs at TCC my first year there. And I would just tell them, don't do what I did. If you're going to go there to TCC to go for a degree, go to TCC and do what you got to do. And don't skip class. Don't go to the gym. Just hang out with different people because there's all different age groups there. And just stay in class and stick around people that want to get a degree.
Okay. So, Lester, are there any questions, or is there a question that you just really thought, I know he's going to ask me this question, and you came prepared to talk about that question? Is there a question that you think that I was going to ask and I didn't ask that you would want to talk to?
No, sir.
No question.
No, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lester.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very good.